Hello, everyone, and welcome to another pre-game edition of GTHL Hockey in the Six. I'm Jordan Jacklin, joined alongside Jared Rotenberg as we get you set for a matchup between the Thunder Bay Kings and the North York Rangers. Two teams really trying to establish their identity as the season progresses, and starting with their goaltenders, what can they do to help keep these teams afloat, Jared?
Well, as you mentioned, both of these teams are having very middling starts to the season. Both teams finding themselves somewhat in the middle of the league standings. But starting with the North York Rangers, something that I'm really looking at their goalie to do is continue the great play that he has had all year long. That, of course, is goaltender Blake Sloan, who's been a rare shining bright star in an otherwise forgettable season here for these North York Rangers. He's a somewhat undersized goaltender sitting just below 6 feet tall, but he's just so strong in his movements, so quick and mobile in his movements, so good at getting set up to shooters to block off those shooting lanes. And when he needs to rely on his glove hand, he is more than capable of doing so. And when he needs to step out and use his mobile ability to skate out and challenge shooters, don't forget about his ability to do that. Such a strong goalie in the net. And looking over at the other end of the ice, for these Thunder Bay Kings, it'll be goaltender Chase Furlong who's getting the nod in the net, and a goalie who's slightly larger at about a little over 6 feet tall, but also a goalie who's just so good at staying calm and poised in his net, not as likely to skate out of the net and challenge opposing shooters like Blake Sloan is, but he's a goalie that more likes to keep things simple. He has more than enough confidence in his ability to move side to side in the net, and as a result, he doesn't rely on skating out of the net so much. He just relies on staying put in his net and moving post to post when he has to, and as well relying on that glove hand to really shut down shooters. A really strong goalie here. This will be an interesting matchup in the net, as both teams have been middling, but it's been their goaltending that's been a rare shining bright light.
Well, starting with the Thunder Bay Kings, there's one forward that's actually been able to make a good on-ice impact night in and night out, and that's Carter Poddubny.
Absolutely. Carter Poddubny, a very undersized forward, standing at only about 5'9". But although lacking in size, his ability to skate up with the puck, use his foot speed, and use his puck handling ability is second to none. Such a strong player at maintaining puck possession, even though he is undersized. His ability and his skill and his creativity to get away from opposing defenders is second to none. A really strong offensive piece here in an otherwise struggling Thunder Bay Kings team. So good at handling the puck, so good at finding shooting lanes, getting open space, and creating offense for himself. And as well, he has great vision on the ice and is so good at finding his teammates here. I'm really looking at him on these Thunder Bay Kings to be a huge driver of offense tonight on an otherwise struggling offensive team.
And looking at North York now, there's actually a player that can play both the forward and defense position.
Absolutely. A name you need to know heading into tonight's matchup. Easily one of the most interesting stories tonight would be that of defenseman. I'm going to put it in air quotes, defenseman Brody Charkiw, because tonight he's actually getting the nod to play wing. A very interesting note here. He's a great offensive defenseman usually, great at his puck moving ability, a great skater, a smooth skater who's great at finding offense for himself, getting in those open lanes and firing the puck from the point onto the net. But with some players absent in tonight's game, the coaching staff of these North York Rangers has actually given Brody Charkiw the nod to skate up and play on the wing. I'm really curious to see how Brody Charkiw does tonight, as he's already a player that has such a nose for the net. Even though he is a defenseman, he has no fear in his game to skate up, get really close to the net. And tonight, when he's playing on the wing, he'll have more than enough freedom to be able to use those skills for the benefit of the offensive ability of these North York Rangers. So I'd really be looking at Brody Charkiw, number 98, to be skating really in close to the net, and let's see if he could generate some offense from that position as a defenseman playing on the wing.
Well, both teams will look to get their seasons back on track, as we'll send you to the ice for warm-up. Hello, everyone, and you're looking at the Chesswood Arena as we get set for this matchup between these two teams in the Thunder Bay Kings and the North York Rangers. I'm Jordan Jacklin, alongside Jared Rotenberg. And Jared, take us through the keys of the game for both teams.
Well, both teams have started their year on a very middling note. Neither team really finding their footing here in the opening few months of this hockey season. So for both teams, I'm looking for them to really generate chances on the opposing team's goaltenders and really try to spark their offense that has been somewhat smothered early on in this hockey season.
Faceoff is underway, and it's won back by the Rangers. The blue line now will send it in deep along the boards as it's intercepted by The other way, it's a great shot. They score! Carter Poddubny has put the Kings on the board just 12 seconds in.
Early on, Carter Poddubny breaks into the zone with speed, picks up the puck off a pass there, and launches it on net. And you know what? With the goaltenders not being set up in this hockey game, that's what you got to do. Shots on net, you got a chance on net, and you're going to get a shot to put your team on the board. And that's what Poddubny just did. Let's see if they can double up here.
Because Thunder Bay putting it on net again off the stick of Cooper LaBelle. Sent back in down low. Handling it there was Poddubny. Back down low, trying to set it in front of the net. Unable to get that through. As they'll have to skate back down to the ice, and already, Jared, we're seeing the pressure really in favor of Thunder Bay so far.
Early on in this game, we're not even a full minute into the game, but already the first three major chances of the night have come on the back of those Thunder Bay Kings. And of course, on their first shot of the night, they found the back of the net, and they're now up 1-0. Let's see if they can continue here for Blake Sloan. Let's see if he could really get settled in this game and shut the door after that shot let in that he surely will be wanting back.
Bukowski now down low, trying to get that through with Deslamo. Losing sight of it, so the Rangers are looking to clear. Kept alive by Easton Meekus. Poking away at it. Some good work there on the forecheck by Joshua Giordano. But once again, the Thunder Bay Kings will regroup. Into the neutral zone now as it's played back. As they'll battle for it. Giordano a little pressure, but it's kept alive. The Rangers now able to create that turnover, but there's nobody there on the far side. Xavier Delzago now will have to skate back. Puck is played by Salone. And up to the other end of the ice. A goalie that's not afraid to create that stretch pass. All the way at the other end now. On the Dakota Cooper, they're sending it up into the neutral ice. It's a 3-on-2 the other way for the Kings. Trying to get that through, but good work there defensively by the Rangers. Challenging down low. Intercepting that puck in. Trying to get that back. A turnover the other way. Stopped by Salone. Some good work there the other way. It's still loose in front of the net. But able to settle it down and clear is KJ Eccleston. It's still down low. With it now as they try to get it through, Matthew Quaidle will send it in deep. And now it's a breakaway chance potentially the other way. But rather, the skater had to slow it down, and some good work there defensively by Thunder Bay. Chance there in front of the net. It was a bouncing puck trying to get to that was Cooper, but just was unable to settle it down. Now it's the defender, Lucas Bailey, will take a lap as he looks for options. Being challenged there by Eccleston as he goes off for a change, and already a high event a game so far, Jared.
Absolutely, especially on the side of these Thunder Bay Kings who have really dominated possession so far. They've gotten a lot of good looks offensively, but even defensively, they've really done a great job of keeping these North York Rangers to the outside. Let's see what they can do here.
With the puck there was Okovita as he sends it in deep. Skating after it now. It's brought back. Point shots deflected wide there by Furlong as he makes the save. Potential 2-on-1 the other way, but is unable to settle it in. Now it's a cross-seam shot. Another stop there by Chase Furlong.
And that's the first major test that Chase Furlong's had to come up big there on, but he was not to be denied. A great job getting sent into that shot, and he just makes it look easy out there in the net.
Puck brought back the other way. Jumping up into the rush there was Evan Scott. A far-range shot there by Adam Colmon, just unable to get it through. The Kings will now pressure back in the other way. Going after it there and taking the shot off the stick was Bertolone. Bertolone now will send it in back around to the other side of the boards. This is brought back up by North York.
For these Thunder Bay Kings, they of course were rewarded with a shot from far out from the net, and it did go in early on in the period, 12 seconds in, and they were able to do it at that point in the game when Blake Sloan was not really settled in or anything like that. But now they're continuously trying to fire shots from far out, right at about crossing the blue line. I'd look for them to get a lot closer in here, because now that Blake Sloan is settled in, he's really not allowing these shots from far out to go through him. I'd look for him to continue.
Taking that face off now, Giordano won back to Zhu. As it'll go back, cross-seam shot there, turned aside by Furlong, but it's kept in play by North York. Able to clear it now are the Kings. Having to settle it in is you. Let it pass the other way as they'll look to break it up. Into the neutral zone as they'll skate it up. Skating after there is Matthew Quidel. He's able to get it back around. With it there is Giordano. Will send a pass. Nobody there to receive it, but it's brought back the other way. Giordano finds you. Ju with a long range shot. Off the blocker stop by Furlong. And once again, he's come up big. And now Thunder Bay getting the chance the other way of the ice. Looking for options in front of the net. Unable to get that through. But they'll skate it in deep. And now North York, good work on pressuring that skater to keep it in as they go up the other way. Battling after it there was Delzato, but it's played back deep as both teams will go for the change. It is Sloan settling it down behind the net as the defender will skate it up. A far stretch pass there the other way. Big open ice hit along the half wall, crushing this man. Kept alive there by Charkiw. Once again, still settling it down, just trying to get it through its Comon there. Called for offside on the play. Or rather, the shot does go through.
Something to note for these North York Rangers is the fact that number 98, Brody Charkiw, is usually a defenseman. He's a player that is credited for being a good offensive-minded defenseman, but tonight his head coach, Daniel Spivak, has given him so much trust in the offensive ability that he's throwing him up there on the wing. I would certainly look to see how impactful he can be offensively, using his nose for the net to crash the goal and see if he could bang in any goals right in front.
We're seeing North York there have a discussion ahead of this offensive zone face-off as they elect to drop the play.
Meanwhile, the referees are looking at something down there on the ice. It appears that it is all handled. My guess would be just a chip in the ice that they're wondering whether or not they should be concerned about it, but they are returning to the face-off dot now, so we will get set in the offensive zone for these North York Rangers.
It will be Gianfranco Rosella taking the draw for North York. And Easton Meekus for Thunder Bay. One there by Meekus is brought back down. Trying to clear the zone, but unable to do so. Held in by the Rangers. Battling for it there along is Kleidel. Going to get that through. Kept in play there by Comon, sending a rolling puck to the net, and that rebound was pushed aside by Furlong. Good work there by Coleman along the half wall, so walk the blue line. Far range shot turned aside by Furlong, but it's kept in play by North York. Scrambling down low as they look to clear, and they do, as Thunder Bay survives that shift. Regrouping, taking a far range shot, just missing the net there on that play, but they'll battle away for it. Looking to keep it alive, it's Abu Marie. Trying to send that seam pass through, but doesn't work. It's now Cooper LaBelle going for the shot, turned aside by Blake Sloan.
That was a great chance for the Thunder Bay Kings. They're just rushing into the zone, but it is Blake Sloan who's up to the task there. Just no hesitation in his game when it is the Thunder Bay Kings alone on Blake Sloan. He's just so good at getting centered to that shooter and staying calm when he elects to stay in his net and make that save.
Faceoff was won by the Kings, but it's North York able to get that extra step as they skate to the puck. It's Joshua Giordano down low. Able to create the rebound in front, but it's intercepted by the Kings. Skating it out the other way with the puck. It's Eichenberg trying to send a cross seam pass through as it deflects wide. Brought back in down low, but Ju will play it up. Jacob Ju looking for options. Will get the redirect at the neutral zone, so no icing called on the play. Thunder Bay now will bank it along the boards
as a result, we will get a face-off right outside of the offensive zone here for these North York Rangers, the defensive zone for these North York Rangers, and for the Thunder Bay Kings, they will really be relying on getting set up here.
This face-off will take place at the blue line. It'll be Abu Marie for North York trying to win that back, but good work there by Bertolin as he gets it back for his Thunder Bay Kings. Going aside there at the other end. Trying to keep that in play. It's Simone Wang there, the defenseman, jumping out. Brought back now by Thunder Bay. Really hard to enter the zone for both sides at the moment, but the Kings finally able to prevail in that category. A nice pass to the front of the net. Cooper LaBelle just getting short-sighted there by the North York defender, unable to get that shot through. Whistle's blown, and that'll be called ice.
So back into the offensive zone for these Thunder Bay Kings, we now return, who have gotten some chances in the late moments on goaltender Blake Sloan, who has been perfect ever since that one went past him 12 seconds into the game. But since then, he's absolutely shut the door. So for these Thunder Bay Kings, it'll really be up to them to cycle around this puck well, find open lanes, and get shots when Blake Sloan isn't set up. As they saw early on in this hockey game, that if you catch this goalie while he isn't set up, you can beat him.
North York wins that puck race as they send it indeed. Trying to keep it alive, but some good work there by the Kings to send it all the way back. No icing call. Pressuring for that puck now is Desalmont. And the Rangers are able to regroup. Once again, it's intercepted by the blue line, forcing the Rangers the other way, but now they're able to get it in deep. Playing the puck there is Furlong. Slap shot in front of the net, and it's turned aside once again by Furlong.
And the save made by Chase Furlong there, who just grabs that puck, uses his goalie stick to bring the puck into his glove, and he covers it up to get it out of harm's way there. That was the North York Rangers firing a lot of shots there on Furlong, especially from that point, trying to get one past him there first of the night, which they are still seeking for.
Face-off one there by the Rangers. Far range shot, it goes up high, but the play will be blown dead.
And those shots are certainly always risky for a goaltender when they aren't hitting you in an area where you're set up and ready for it. That shot there from the point just fired right off of the shoulder of Chase Furlong and bounced up and over the net. A fortunate break there for Furlong. As you see countless times there, when the puck hits you in those areas you aren't ready for, there have been times it could just fall into the back of the net and trickle in. So a very fortunate break on that save there for Furlong.
Back down into the Kings side of the ice as they look to play it up. Was redirected there by Eichenberg as they skate forward. But the Rangers now with a chance of their own, with bodies going in front of the net. At the blue line there, keeping it alive is Charkiw trying to send that in. So shot was put through after the whistle had blown, or rather now it's gloved down by Furlong.
And that was a shot there from the side of the net from these North York Rangers, really just trying to get everything they possibly can on goaltender Chase Furlong, who hasn't really been tested much in the early goings of this hockey game. I'll really be looking for the North York Rangers to get set up more in front of the net. There's a lot of prime real estate there in the slot that these Thunder Bay Kings have not allowed the Rangers to really get set up in. This will be their major task here for the remainder of this first period and beyond, to get set up in the prime areas of the slot in order to get real tests on goaltender Chase Furlong.
From the Rangers now with a burst of speed, but that is deemed offside as there's a player down on his knees at the blue line for the Rangers, but able to recover.
And the player certainly does seem to be getting up on his feet. Okay, so we will get a face-off now just outside of the offensive zone here for these North York Rangers, who get another chance to get set up in the offensive zone and get pucks on Chase Furlong, who has been so strong in the early goings of this hockey game.
Gets set for the draw here as is one back by the Kings. Seeing that over the other way as they skate forward. Brought back in as LaBelle just going over his stick, but kept alive by Lucas Daly, jumping up into the rush, trying to get that crossing pass, but there were no bodies in front to tip it home. Rangers now looking to recover. Shot back to the place, settled down there at the defensive zone, but unable to get it out. Now they finally do through the neutral zone with speed. KJ Eccleston now along the corner, trying to keep that in play. Back now, they scramble forward along the boards. Winning that battle there. The other way are the Kings. It's brought through, it's Poddubny, the long pool scorer. Turned aside there, the Rangers trying to forecheck hard, but Thunder Bay able to recover, but a loose puck now into the corner there is the forecheck prevailing here for North York.
So strong in the attack there were those North York Rangers, just hustling into the zone, and every time the Thunder Bay Kings picked up the puck in their own defensive zone, it was the North York Rangers who were right there like dogs getting on the bone of that puck there, just hustling back, using their sticks to steal the pucks, and as a result, we now have an offensive zone face-off for those North York Rangers.
Face off there on the offensive zone, but it's won back by the Kings. Hudson Gary now getting that through, but nice work there by the Rangers. Stopped by Furlong.
That was a fantastic play there in the offensive zone for these North York Rangers, falling to their knees, but the play is not over. They maintain puck possession and fire it on the net. That was fantastic work there. Ali Mostafie, who just contains the puck and maintains his puck possession, getting the chance on goaltender Chase Furlong.
It is Coleman now sending it back to the neutral zone. Getting forward now as the whistle's blown dead, and it will be another offensive zone draw for North York.
And another return here to the zone. The Thunder Bay Kings not really being able to get this puck out. They've been hemmed into the zone for a large while of this first period rather. Still maintaining their 1-0 lead, but the North York Rangers are getting lots of chances on goaltender Chase Furlong.
Puck is won there by Gianfranco Rosella as he battles away for it. Thunder Bay able to clear. Skating back there is Como. Como now will take it around the net himself. It's played back there. Mostafie can't settle it down. Now it's in the neutral ice, but the whistle blows the play there.
And we will get a face-off in the offensive zone for the Thunder Bay Kings, who haven't really had a chance to get set up in this offensive zone in quite a long while. This will be their chance to double up on their lead and prevent the attack on Chase Furlong that he has faced so much in the late goings of this first period.
Puck was won back by Liam Lookout, but sent all the way back to the defensive end. Fighting off that forecheck there, Grayson Hayes will set it up. Looking for the cross-seam pass now to Brody. It's Matthew Brody. Taking that in, Eichenberg now down low. With it there is Liam Lookout, keeping it in play for the Kings. It's a good work there by the blue line, but now an odd man rush the other way for the Rangers. Rebound ensues in front of the net. They score! Gianfranco Rosella has even up this game in the first.
You go to the net, you're going to get a chance in on that very opportune rebound opportunity. It was Gianfranco Rosella who just bangs that puck in to the open net, knotting up this game at ones. What an opportunity there, and what a result for the North York Rangers, getting so many chances in this first period, and finally they are rewarded for their efforts.
And 84 will open the score for the Rangers as we just will conclude the final few minutes in this opening frame. Reminder, both of these teams really trying to establish their identity here in the early parts of this season. Jacob Jou now will play it back. A bank pass off the boards into the neutral zone. The Kings able to recover and start off a rush of their own. Once again, we're seeing a lot of back and forth action. Turn side there was Braden Holden trying to keep that in. The Rangers are unable to intercept them now. Along the red line, they do. Here are the Kings. Puck was tipped off the stick of Bertolin, but wasn't able to settle it down. The red line there. Now here come the Rangers the other way. The Rangers just gaining it down low, looking for options. He'll like to take a lap. Going after that puck now is Delzato. Good work there by Hudson Gary to disrupt that play. So the Kings will regain possession. Picking that puck up there was Poddubny. Poddubny now will put it on net, and unable to keep track of that puck there was Blake Salone as it goes around the other end of the ice. Skating for it there now is Joshua Giordano, taken down hard there by Bertolin. The Kings regain possession, but now intercepted the other way by the Rangers. With it there is KJ Eccleston. Eccleston's a nice work there to get it in down low, looking for bodies in front. Eccleston blocked by multiple defenders in front of the net, but he still has it. Putting a shot right through, feigned on the attempt, and a bouncing puck not going in the way for both sides, Jared.
Absolutely there. That looked like it would have been a huge break for the Thunder Bay Kings as the North York Rangers lost the puck right outside of the neutral zone, but ultimately it was the Rangers who were able to recover the puck right away. A big missed opportunity for the Thunder Bay Kings, who just nearly picked up the puck on that turnover and would have had a free rein to attack to the net.
For the Rangers now the other way, cross-ice shots, just falling short of the net. Puck is bounced around into the neutral zone. The Kings will regain possession. Here's Thunder Bay now turning to the side, but it was intercepted there by the Rangers as they generate the turnover. Sending the puck in deep. For Brody's in front, but risky play there by the defender, but it's kept alive. Stamikis will send it in deep. Puck is played there by Salone into the corner now. And Thunder Bay is able to hold the blue line until it was pressured hard there by Gianfranco Rosella. Back down the other end of the ice now with it sent in deep by Okovita. Settled down there by the Kings as they'll just float it back to the other end of the ice, and the Rangers will regroup. A nice work there. Some speed through the neutral zone the other way. Is defenseman Lucas Bailey jumping up to the rush, but is turned aside. Now the Rangers with a chance of their own. With the puck there is Mostafie into the corner, getting hit hard, but it's Okovita regrouping it. Slap shot from the point. It's a bouncing puck there, but never reached Furlong on the shot. The Kings now recover. Rangers will intercept as they send it in deep off the pad of Furlong, and the Kings now. We're seeing a lot of low event hockey now as this period progresses, Jared.
Absolutely. Neither team really being able to set the tone offensively there. It's a lot of bobbling the puck in the neutral zone, a lot of physicality and defensive play, but neither team really being able to set the tone here offensively in this opening frame.
Just 15 seconds remaining in this opening contest. Played back deep there by Gary as it's down low. All the way at the other end of the half wall, kept alive by Thunder Bay. Shot on nets, and unable to hold the blue line there is Gary, and that will do it. After 20 minutes, it's tied at 1 between the Thunder Bay Kings and North York Rangers. Jared Rosenberg joining me, and for Jordan Jacklin. What have you seen so far, Jared?
Well, looking over at that Thunder Bay Kings side, one thing I'll say is they didn't exactly make good on their opportunities. There was a lot of turnovers from the opposing team, those North York Rangers, giving them a lot of chances to break into the offensive zone and really capitalize. And other than their goal in the opening seconds of the first period, they were never really able to generate as much offensive chances and make good on those opportunities the North York Rangers were giving them. And for the other end, the North York Rangers do have to be very pleased with the period they had. They had a lot of offensive zone possession, a lot of shots on net. But one thing they really need to clean up is those aforementioned turnovers. A lot of giving the Thunder Bay Kings opportunities, a lot of turning the puck over, a lot of mistakes. And the Thunder Bay Kings may not be the most talented team in the GTHL, but they have more than enough talent to capitalize on those chances. If you're gifting them turnovers over in the neutral zone, they definitely would like to clean up their game, and the best chance to start that would be in this second frame upcoming.
And for Thunder Bay, it's been goaltender Chase Furlong holding all the storylines so far in terms of his playing multiple sequences of that first period. What have you liked about his play style?
Well, he's just kept it steady, you know. He's really shut the door, whereas the North York Rangers have dominated, getting a lot of chances on him from a lot of different areas of the ice, getting chances from the side of the net, from the point, and all around the offensive zone. But it's been Furlong's composure, just being able to stay calm, make the saves he's had to make, and he never really looked like he had to panic ever and jump or sprawl out of the net. He kept it really simple, and so far, that strategy has worked.
Puck in the neutral ice now as the second period is underway. It's Sloan there letting it bounce over his stick as the Rangers regroup. Forechecking hard are the Kings, and bowing for it there is Bertolin. Kept alive by the Kings, but now it's the Rangers the other way. A 2-on-1 chance. Back the other way. Turned aside by Furlong. Near the Rangers now on the counterattack, but able to settle down that puck there is Lucas Bailey. Up the boards there. Pad of Sloan, so no icing called. Here there for the Rangers, just over the stick of Payton. Nice work there by Mostafie. Setting it in front of the net, and the rolling puck just over the stick there. Otherwise, it would have been a grade A opportunity.
That looked like a dangerous chance there. Ali Mostafie bobbling the puck there in the offensive zone, skating it right around that right side circle, getting a chance on net and passing it over to his teammate, but ultimately the pass just doesn't connect.
Nika's shot there is turned aside as it goes back to the opposite way. Settling it out there. It's Mostafie driving hard in front of the net, and it's turned aside by Furlong. Near the Rangers once again, now settling it down as they establish the pace. With it there is Chris Kyalone. Rushes Okavita, sending it back the other way, and that shot by Charkiw just goes wide. The Kings now will send it in deep, played out by Salone. As we know that Jared, he's a confident puck handler.
Absolutely, he is. He sometimes gets a little bit too confident there, as we saw earlier on in this game. But regardless, he has more than enough confidence to skate out and use that puck and play the puck. But as well, he has the confidence to just skate out of his net and challenge those shooters. A really aggressive goaltender is Blake Sloan. And so far, the Thunder Bay Kings really haven't been able to capitalize off the chances based on the great play here of Blake Sloan since the opening few moments of this period.
It'll be an offensive zone draw now for the Rangers. 12:31 remaining in this second period. We're evened up at one apiece. Draw back and look to regroup. Kept alive there by the Rangers along the half wall, and it's played in by Payton. Hunter Payton will send it around, but that through. Delzato now helping to alleviate the forecheck. Payton there will and a huge open ice hit there on the blue line. Certainly seemed late after the whistle.
And a big time collision there. The physicality is picking up in this game, and no surprise, it will be a referee skating the North York Rangers over towards the penalty box. They will be shorthanded for the first time tonight, and the Thunder Bay Kings get their first opportunity here in this game on the power play.
And what a opportunity now for Thunder Bay, taking advantage of this opportunity. They open the scoring in the first, and now they have an opportunity to regain the lead in the second. Wait, Lucas Bailey trying to keep it in play, but now it's a shorthanded rush for the Rangers. Holding the puck there, it's Abu Marie, just unable to get that through, but he sends it into the corner. Unable to settle it down now as the Kings will just look to regroup and set up their rush. Poise displayed at the blue line. Pass. Unable to get the shot through that he wanted, but it's down low. Brody. Intercepted there by the Rangers and back out to the red line. Now Lambert will send it in as they get it in deep. Work there by Berlin, turned aside there by the Rangers, and they clear it once again, executed to perfection for North York.
A great job there on that penalty kill for the North York Rangers, doing great in the defensive zone, just preventing a lot of shots on their goaltender, but even offensively, they were able to block some shots and skate up for themselves on that penalty kill opportunity. So now, with a very successful penalty kill, they'll have to kill off here with a few seconds still to go, and it was very successful for these Rangers.
Grayson Hayes there trying to feed that back over to Mikas, but it's sent wide. North York winning that puck battle there. Zokavita as they'll send it in, but it's turned aside there by Jerry. One last rush here for the Kings rather on their power play. Sloan will settle it down, and it's all the way back. Puck goes past the blue line. Here come the Kings. With it there now, it's turned aside, sent back in deep, and the Rangers will take it in. Looking to play it there once again. It is Furlong. Having to be careful on that play. It's a shot in front of the net, and it's turned aside by Furlong.
And the greatest chance of the period here for these North York Rangers, just seconds after killing off their first penalty of the night. They get a chance to rush with a dash of speed into the offensive zone, getting that shot off. But it is Chase Furlong who is up to the task with a big-time save to keep this a 1-1 game.
An offensive zone face-off now. As we're back at even strength for the North York Rangers. Winning it on the play. It'll be Rosella now battling for it. Unable to keep that in was Evan Scott. I'll have to circle back all the way out to play the puck. There is Salone. And luckily avoids danger in that sequence.
I mean, we did mention that Blake Sloan is a confident goaltender, and you saw your first glimpse of that right there, just skating well behind the net in order to play the puck. And this is a goalie with a confidence in his ability, with a confidence of his speed to get back into the net. But right there, he just nearly got caught behind the net.
Well, nonetheless, the icing now gives an opportunity for Thunder Bay on his offensive zone draw. Dakota Cooper taking this face off. Battling for it there along the wall. And it's kept in play by Thunder Bay, holding the blue line there. It just goes out. Good work there by Lucas Bailey to keep it alive, but Rangers are able to recover. Sends all the way to the other end. It's Brady holding with it. He'll send it in along the half wall, and that will deflect up and out of play.
And we will get another face-off here just outside of the offensive zone for these North York Rangers, who have been good to start this second period. They had obviously a successful penalty kill moments ago, and even then have started to generate chances here, but not anything too strong to beat Chase Furlong. This will be their greatest chance to get set up in the offensive zone.
Key defensive zone face-off victory there for the Kings as they can skate it up there on the counter-attack. There's Poddubny now starting off the rush. Played out by Salone, but kept alive there by Hayes. Cross-seam pass. All the way at the other end of the neutral zone. Opportunity there for Thunder Bay, but it's deemed offside.
And we will get a face-off now outside of the Thunder Bay zone, who has really done a good job of shutting down the offense generated by the North York Rangers. Just so well played defensively there. Every time the North York Rangers have gotten possession in the offensive zone, they have been shut down by the Thunder Bay Kings, who have just done a great job of getting bodies in front, shutting things down defensively.
Kiss winning the draw there for the Kings. Played out over the blue line there, but the Rangers on the counter-attack are unsuccessful. Back for the line now are the Kings. It's a rolling puck along the half wall. As now recovering it is Lucas Bailey. Saying it wide there on the play as taking up the main offside with Lukowski. Held down by Furlong.
And at that face-off there moments ago, it was a very interesting sight as Matthew Kleidel of the North York Rangers lined up at the complete opposite side of the face-off was being taken, in something very interesting there, as he obviously was trying to get an open lane there right off of that face-off. Unfortunately, it didn't work there, but something very interesting from these Rangers electing to line up very differently on their face-offs in order to generate some open lanes that the Thunder Bay Kings just have not afforded them.
That shot trickled through in front of the slot, but was unable to reach the goaltender. Back the other way now, it is played out by Thunder Bay, and the play is worth offside.
And so we will now have a face-off right outside of this zone here for the Thunder Bay Kings to try to get generated chances of their own in the offensive zone. And this will be a big chance here with a face-off taken in neutral ice.
One back by Lookout as the Kings send it in deep. Attack, but the Rangers are able to regroup. By Chase Furlong as the Rangers will get the offensive zone draw.
It was Blake Sloan there behind the net that showed another example of his confidence and his willingness to play the puck behind the net, but he did almost get bit there as he just skated right up to that puck, and rather than holding it and settling it down for a moment to think about what he should do, he just smacked it right off his stick, and ultimately it bobbled in front of the net just nearly inches away from a Thunder Bay Kings player. He'll certainly need to work on slowing the puck down when he does get out of the net and play the puck, as he just nearly got bitten with a mistake there.
Battle ensues along the half wall there as they battle for the puck. By the Kings is now going after it. The other way is Eichenberg. Going down hard there. The other way was Cooper. The shot in front of the net! It's still loose in front! And what a stop by Chase Furlong!
Chase Furlong comes up strong with the save. It was the North York Rangers coming in with speed, picking up that puck right at the side of the net. But Chase Furlong is up to the task, so quick in his movements, so mobile. He just skates over to that side and really cuts off the shooter's shooting lane. And as a result, keeps this game tied up at once.
Back at the other side of the ice as the Kings are able to recover. Sending in deep. Through the neutral zone now with speed. It is Bertolin. Bertolin will send it in down low. Trying to retrieve the puck at the red line. Going back in. A nice stop there by Salone. Had to be quick on that one.
He did just such a good job of getting centered over to those posts there, sliding across as it was the Thunder Bay Kings possessing the puck behind the net, attempting that wraparound opportunity, but Blake Sloan just did such a good job of using his body to move over and block off that post, using his pad to block off that post, preventing any puck from trickling through.
Puck is played back deep there, the other way by Como. The Kings now will go on the counterattack. Turned aside there by the Rangers forecheck hands. But send a long stretch pass the other way. Sloan now out to play it. It now the other way of the ice, Lukowski. Lukowski will send it in deep as Easton Meekus battles for it. Situation the other way. Skating up with speed now, unable to get the shot through are the Rangers. Hauled in at the blue line though. They try to keep it in play, and the Kings are forced to turn back. 4:45 remaining in this second period of this game. Whistle will blow, and it's deemed offside.
And so we will return right into the offensive zone for these North York Rangers, trying to get set up here. And Chase Furlong has been very strong so far. They have very much struggled to beat this goaltender, but this will be another chance to get set up here and just continue getting pucks and chances on the net.
Battling for that face-off there, and just one back by the Kings. Avoiding danger in that sequence. Applied there by the Rangers, deflected shot on goal, stopped by Furlong.
And so another save there made by goaltender Chase Furlong, who just does such a good job with that puck fired in from the circle and shuts the door once again, catching that puck and totally making it look easy.
Another offensive zone draw for the Rangers as they come away with it. Sent back deep. It is Mostafie. Sending it in down low. Shot on goal in front of the net! And that just was unable to trickle through. Kept alive there by the Rangers. Launch on goal. Shot on front of the net. They score! It is Charkiw, and the Rangers take the lead.
Brody Charkiw skates to the net like a shark looking for blood, and he ultimately bangs in that puck on the rebound. Chase Furlong has been strong, but with a wide open rebound chance there, it's Brody Charkiw, the offensive defenseman, now playing forward, that will not be denied.
As the North York Rangers take their first lead of this game, with just minutes to spare in this second period. Both teams will see a line change now as it'll be Gianfranco Rosella, the opening scorer for the Rangers, taking the draw. One back by Thunder Bay as they now look to regroup. On the red line there now, the other way with a burst of speed. Okovita with a shot on goal, stopped by Furlong. It's still loose in front of the net as it's kept in play, but the puck rolls back. No conservative energy here for North York. All the way at the other end of the ice, no icing called as the Rangers were first to the puck. Battling forward down low, it's one back there, the other way over to the point now. With it there, Evan Scott unable to settle it down as he fires it on net. Turned aside, but it's brought back. So there's Simone Wang now. Trying to get that through, but it's blocked in front of the net. Holding the blue line once again is Wang, and that is kept onside. Mostafie now along the corner. Will battle for it along the boards. Brody scrambling in front of the net. Mostafie trying to send it back to Evan Scott, and that is stopped by Furlong.
These North York Rangers are recognizing that if they're going to beat a goaltender who's playing as strong and as dialed in as Chase Furlong, they're going to need to be very precise with their shots in order to generate rebounds. You're not going to beat a goaltender this dialed in on your first chances. You need to continue generating rebounds in order to bang them home into the open net, and that is now how they have scored 2 of their 2 goals. They've really done a good job of generating these rebounds, and that's the only way you're going to beat a goalie as dialed in as Chase Furlong now is.
Joshua Giordano forcing a turnover in the offensive zone as it's kept alive by the Rangers. Sent back along the half wall. It's a bouncing puck. Nice work there by Paolone. Lefty work there. The cut to the middle of the ice. Shot in front of the net, and it's stopped once again by Furlong. Still loose, and his glove down. And what a sequence of events for Chase Furlong.
Such a display of skill there by defenseman Chris Paolone, who just skates the puck in, uses his hands to get around all possible opponents. Such silky smooth hands, puck handling ability from that defenseman there, and he just finds a way to get the open lane and fires the puck on net. It is Chase Furlong, however, who is once again up to the task.
Looked a little like his New York counterpart in Adam Fox on that sequence.
Absolutely there with just the silky ability to get around opponents. Let's see if he could do it once again.
Loose in front of the net, turned aside by Furlong. Oh, did you see that?
And that play was once again generated by Chris Paolone, who just used his smarts to grab the puck, chip it right to his teammates in front of the net on the backhand, generating those multiple chances on net. But Chase Furlong, who is once again continuing his great play and maintaining his ability to get up to that task.
And once again, the Rangers with it. It's Paolone saying that wide wrister in front of the net, but it's kept alive by North York. But finally, Thunder Bay will escape this sequence as Easton Meek is now on the rush. They get that through. Easton Meek is in front, stopped by Salome. And what a play. And what a break for Easton Meekus, but he's turned aside by goalie Blake Salome.
Blake Sloan does such a good job of shutting off that chance there by Meekus, who came into the zone so dialed in, skating with that puck and tries to just launch it right through the 5-hole of Blake Sloan, but he shuts his pads and shuts the door there, maintaining his team's 2-1 lead.
Face off one back by Meekus, and now it's Lambert will skate it in. Chipping it up the boards, and Thunder Bay unable to hold the blue line. The Rangers. There is Peyton. It's the Rangers now. Down low, trying to send bodies in front of the net. Winning the puck there, Delzato. Off the pad there. Furlong sent back wide, and Peyton unable to get the shot through. The Kings now are able to dump it in deep as it's Jacob Jude. Down low as they'll send the puck back as the Rangers look to regroup. Jacob Jude now will skate it up himself, sending a stretch pass there the other way. With the puck there is Charkiw sending the shot right deep. There's a rebound there left by Furlong, but he was able to play it back to his Kings defenders. Rangers holding the blue line. Live there by Scott, and the Kings are able to send it in past the red line. Filing for that puck there now is Eichenberg. Eichenberg with it. Sending it down low now. Playing the puck there. Once again, Blake Salome. Oh, be careful about your decisions on that one. The Rangers now in the offensive end. There's the Kings. Desperately looking for offense here with 50 seconds remaining in this second period. Deflected pass there, 2-on-1. Chance the other way, they score! And guess who? It's Ali Mostafie, and it's a 3-1 lead for North York.
In the dying seconds of the second period, Ali Mostafie just gets open there on the 2-on-1, recognizing that his partner has the puck, so he waits open on that side of the net and bangs home that cross crease pass to put their team up 3-1. What a goal, Ali Mostafie!
And it certainly seemed, in terms of the way the pace of play had gone, Jared, that it was just a matter of time before North York struck again.
Absolutely. The North York Rangers had been generating the boatload of chances here in this game for a while. It looked like Chase Furlong was just going to shut the door. But when you get this many in close chances, it is only a matter of time for your team to really run away with this game. And the North York Rangers can say exactly that.
Kept in at the blue line there as the Rangers continue to attack far range shot, unable to get that through. Just 15 seconds remaining in this second period. The Kings desperately looking to clear, but North York is holding the zone. Another far range shot once again, and Thunder Bay gets a break. Back the other way, it's a 3-on-2. Trying to get that through, shot on goal in front of the net, turned aside by Salone. It's still loose, but they escape the period with the 3-1 lead.
That was Carter Poddubny who picked up that puck and attempted to put it in on the backhand there. I imagine he would have had the time there to move that puck from backhand to forehand in order to get a more opportune shot off on Blake Sloan. But nonetheless, he elects to have that puck in the slot and just shoot it in from his backhand. And it is Blake Sloan who is up to the task.
For North York, who was a player that really caught your eye as they scored twice there to take the commanding lead?
Well, there is no doubt for North York. It has to be Ali Mostafie, who's just done such a good job of getting open in this game, carrying the puck into the zone himself, but also recognizing when to skate in with just an open stick there, recognizing his teammate has the puck, and that's exactly what he did there on that cross crease 2-on-1 as he lined up with his stick in the air, ready to blast it home. And when the shot was passed off to him, when the pass was passed off to him, he made no mistake with the one-timer into the back of the net.
Both teams now skating onto the ice as we prepare for third period action between the Thunder Bay Kings and the North York Rangers. I'm Jordan Jacklin joined alongside Jared Rotenberg. And Jared, what type of response do you want to see from this Thunder Bay squad as they look to even up this game?
Well, they certainly have been playing decently well defensively, but I'm really looking for their offensive ability to show off more in this third and final period. They have gotten their fair share of lucky bounces and their fair share of chances, but since that goal they scored 12 seconds into the hockey game, they have had a whole lot of nothing in terms of the offense generation category. I'm really looking for them to get generate more chances here, get more possession in the offensive zone, and fire chances on Blake Sloan, especially off of these abilities when he's playing the puck behind the net and passing it out in front of the net. These are key chances for them to get offense generated.
Gets set for the opening face-off at this third and final frame. And we are underway now as it's won back by the Rangers. To their own end now, puck bounced off the board, and Thunder Bay is able to intercept on the red line there. Now as the Rangers are first to retrieve, played down by goalie Blake Sloan. Our stretch pass now the other way. And winning that battle there is Joshua Giordano. Down low, sending it on net as it's turned aside by Furlong. Rangers still. That pass. Played around the other end, sprawling bodies behind the play. It's a 2-on-1 the other way, and that shot from Matthew Berglund was blocked in front of the net. And now here come the Rangers on the counter attack. Able to settle that puck down there was Lukowski, playing it all the way down, and already just a minute in, we're seeing its difficulty to drive offense so far, Jared.
Absolutely here. As much as the Thunder Bay Kings have maintained a lot of puck possession, it has been the North York Rangers who have been making their job very difficult to break into this offensive zone and really get set up to generate a lot of offense, something that they've struggled to do for a large majority of this period.
There'll be a face-off now at the blue line. Taking it there is Xavier Delzato, and he wins it cleanly for North York. Evan Scott there will play it back Get away with a saucer pass. Mikas now will deflect, but it's intercepted the other way. It's Coleman there with the far range shot, one back by Delgado. Delgado now will play it down low, and I'll need some assistance there from Peyton. Peyton along the half wall. Unable to keep that in play, but it trickles out into the neutral zone. Coleman now. Bounce it up the boards, and Mostafie will play it in for Delgado. Delgado will forecheck afterwards. Good work there defensively by Jack Lambert to avoid the forecheck. Trickling puck now all the way sent along the boards. Big open ice hit there by Hunter Payton as he attempted to lay the body, and the whistle blown. Still played ahead.
Just another example of the physicality in this game. A big time hit there from Peyton right as the North York Rangers are leaving their offensive zone, and now they will be sent to the penalty box. So it'll be the Thunder Bay Kings early on in this third period with their first third period opportunity on the power play and their second opportunity in this entire game. They were unsuccessful earlier. Let's see what they could do here with this big time chance early on in the period.
Easton Mikas now unable to win that draw over the stick of Lambert and back to the Kings end of the ice. And it was played out by Furlong, but good work there by the North York penalty killer to be the first on that puck retrieval. But nonetheless, it's sent back out as
So now we will be back in the offensive zone here on this power play for the Thunder Bay Kings, who have not been able to get a shot yet on goaltender Blake Sloan, but this will be a key opportunity for them to win this puck back and just send shots on net. They don't need to be pretty. They don't ask how they go in. They just need to get bodies in front, chances in front, and finally the luck will hopefully begin to go their way.
the ref receives a new puck that will be used in this sequence. As we get set now for the face-off. Some more traffic being directed there as the ref heads the other way. Now the period will be set for action. It'll be Easton Mikas once again taking the draw. This time he's successful. Played back though by the forechecker of New York, and really a great example of just winning those puck battles and forcing them to make quick reads. The other end of the ice now, it's Mikas having to battle for the puck down low. Winning it there, but they'll have to skate for it. And it's won back by the Rangers. Good work there by Okavita, and it's sent back wide at Jared. Once again, as we saw earlier in this game, North York excelling.
Absolutely here. The North York Rangers have been really strong all night long on this penalty kill. And another example here, just preventing any major chances on their goaltender Blake Sloan, doing such a good job of clogging up that slot, preventing any in-close chances. But it is the Thunder Bay Kings now with some possession, getting their first chance on Blake Sloan on this power play opportunity. But as you mentioned, it's another example in a long line of great defensive play on the penalty kill here for these North York Rangers.
As that puck was gloved down by Salone, will lead to another offensive zone draw. This time it'll be taken by Liam Lookout. And he's able to win it cleanly. All the way at the other end there, settled down by Lambert as he goes into a battle there with Adam Comeau. Comeau will poke away at it, but it's kept alive by the Kings. Lookout will send an errant pass out the other way and retrieving it now with Jack Lambert. The Kings look to reset. Skating with it now. And turning back there is Lambert looking for options. We'll play it back around again over to Lambert. Lambert will send a pass along the boards. Intercepted by the Rangers, and they'll send it in deep. Puck, and it's deep offside.
And so we will get a face-off just outside of the offensive zone here. And after this penalty kill for the North York Rangers, they will get another chance in the defensive zone here. And they'll really need to hope to get this puck out of their own zone and into the offensive zone of their opposition to generate more chances and prevent a goal against.
Back into the Rangers end of the ice, and skating with it is Paolone. Over the red line now, it's a one-on-one. For option, trying to throw a shot on net, but it went off the defender's stick. Back out to the other end of the ice. It's the Rangers first to recover as it's played along the boards and shot on goal there quickly by Lucas Bailey.
And gloved and held by goaltender Blake Sloan. So we will now get a face-off just outside, or rather just inside the zone here for these Rangers. Another offensive zone face-off for the Thunder Bay Kings, who have gotten a lot of zone time, a lot of possession time, but haven't been able to generate enough chances, nearly enough chances that they've liked. So it will really be up to them to step up here. But now they will be on the defensive attack, as it is the Rangers rushing into the zone.
Into the offensive end now for the Rangers, able to keep it alive. Now it's a 3-on-2 rush the other way for the Kings. Sprawling to the net there was Mostafie, but ultimately it's played back. With it now. It's sent back deep there by the Kings. It's Evan Scott with it. On the boards there, turned over there by Bertolin. Here's Matthew Bertolin trying to send that puck back over to Hudson Gary. Gary will hold the line and will cross seam it over to Lambert, but all the way at the other end now are the Rangers. 3-on-2 chance the other way. It is Abu Marie down low. Will look for options as recruiting troops now enter the ice. I'm going to skate that back there is Simon Wang, and I'll send a breakout pass back for the forwards along the half wall there as they cycle the puck. Trying to win that there, and it's played all the way down to the opposite end of the ice. Jacob Ju now will get it for the Rangers. Nifty work there to dodge the forechecker, and now the Rangers will burst the zone with speed, but it's intercepted by the Kings. All the way at the other end now, trying to get that through. Big open, nice collision. Once again in front of the net.
The physicality really ramping up here, as now it is the North York Rangers skating into the zone, but gloved and held by goaltender Chase Furlong, who is not nearly being tested as much in this third and final frame. And for these North York Rangers, they'll really need to improve their amount of chances on net. They do carry a 3-1 lead here into this third period, but if they continue to allow so many chances on Blake Sloan, it will only be a matter of time for these Thunder Bay Kings to get back in this hockey game.
There's Rosella who played into the corner back over to Mostafie. Shot through traffic in front of the net. Hit still loose in front of the net! And overall, it's gloved down by Furlong.
Chase Furlong comes up big on the initial shot, but it's also the rebound where he sprawls out in front to cover up that puck. Such a quick goalie, so mobile in all of his movements, and that's why he's really been a big part in the efforts for these Thunder Bay Kings here in tonight's game. Still down in the game, however, so it'll be up to his Thunder Bay Kings to provide him with some goal support if he continues playing this great.
All the way at the other end now is Palon. And send that in down low. And there was Rosella. Rosella now with a pass in front of the net, but it was cleared by the Kings.
And we will have a call. It looks like it will be an icing, so we'll be back in the offensive zone here for the North York Rangers, who have not gotten enough chances in this period, but now we'll get another chance in the zone to generate some offense, get more pucks on Chase Furlong in hopes of tripling up on their lead.
And it's the Kings winning that draw, but sent back in front of the net. Lucky for that shot there was Rosella, but unable to get that through, and the Kings on the counterattack. It is Mikas now. Intercepted there in front of the net, going after the Rangers player. And back to the other way, it's Okavita. Okavita with the errant pass at the blue line will have to skate it back. Starting off the rush there is Wang. Will send it up along the boards. Battling for it there now is Okavita. Skating around the net over to Jacob Ju. Will send it down low. It was intercepted there along the boards and skating it out now. The other way is Desaumont. Desaumont will send it back to Mikas. East to Mikas, and able to get the shot through in front of the net. It's a redirected shot, and it just fails the go off of Sloan.
That was a very scary opportunity there for these Thunder Bay Kings, as that puck hit a body in front and was just bouncing towards Blake Sloan, but nonetheless he is up to the task, but the pressure does not let off here for these Thunder Bay Kings, who are getting chance after a nifty move there in the offensive zone.
Some nifty work there by Poddubny, the lone goal scorer for Thunder Bay. It's intercepted there along the red line as Thunder Bay really starting to generate some offensive zone pressure. As the Rangers now looking to regroup. Sending them now to the offensive end. They forecheck away for it in front of the net, and that just trickles over the stick, but it's kept alive by North York. Back the other way as the Kings are able to recover as they'll enter the zone. It's a 3-on-2. With it now, Bertelin trying to send that through to LaBelle. He was just unable to fire that on net as they battle away for it along the half wall, and it's intercepted by LaBelle. In deep now, it's Berlin going after a nifty little pass in front of the net, but nobody there to tap it in. It's a bouncy puck there in the neutral zone, and it is turned aside the other way. It's a foot race now, one back by Thunder Bay. And some nifty work there once again by the Kings to get it in. Holding the puck now was the defenseman Lucas Bailey, making that nifty deep along the blue line. It'll be sent back all the way to the opposite end of the ice, as it will be deemed icing. Rather, the puck is still in play, and now the whistle will be blown.
And now we will have a stoppage in play here, under 10 minutes here to go in this third and final period, with neither side being able to crack the goaltenders in this third period. So we will get a face-off right outside of the zone here for these North York Rangers, who need to continue their mission of testing Chase Furlong in hopes of tripling up on this lead, which they have not been able to do for majority of this third period ever since scoring late in the second.
With another instance now where Brody Charkiw is playing forward for this Rangers squad. It is sending down low. Charkiw now will battle away for it into the corner. And the win that back there. Thunder Bay able to hold the zone. Some nifty work there by Giordano. For Abu Marie as it's sent back to the point. Shot through traffic, unable to get that in. They work on the gaps there by Evan Scott, but Thunder Bay will enter the zone with possession, trying to send it in front of the net, and it's turned aside there by Salone as it goes loose behind the net. Long stretch pass now finding Abu Marie as he'll play it in deep. It's a mind change beginning for both sides. Now it's Delzato into the corner as that pass will not find anybody in. Changing defender will get it in Pylon. Pylon now will skate it back. Looking for options in the neutral zone. He'll send a long stretch pass there. Poked that by Abu Marie, but it's deemed icing.
And so we will be back in the zone for the Thunder Bay Kings, but something very interesting that needs to be returned to and brought up once again. Something we discussed in the opening is the fact that defenseman Brody Charkiw was going to be playing a lot of this game in forward, and that's something a very interesting relationship there blooming between Brody Charkiw, the defenseman, and Coach Daniel Spivak. The fact that depending on the situation, he's willing to throw him up on forwards or put him back on D. Very interesting in the offensive zone that he elects to put the defenseman up there on forward.
Loose in front of the net as they drive to the net, taken down in front. No call won't sue. It's a 3-on-2 rush now the other way for the Kings. Trying to get that in front, but unable to get that shot at. It's loose in front, and it's turned aside. Desormeaux unable to get it through.
That was a big-time chance there for these Thunder Bay Kings with the puck loose right in front of the net, but it is Blake Sloan who is able to move his pad just over there to block off that shot.
It's played in front of the net there by Furlong. Back over for the Kings as they intercept. Nice work there. Desormeaux, nice deep, but it was nice nifty work there by the New York defender to not allow him to get through. They battle away for it at the blue line, and Desormeaux poking away at it. And it's Eastamikas now with a burst of speed through traffic, trying to feed that back to Desormeaux, but the lane was closed. Rangers now will send it back. There's just over 3 minutes remaining with the Rangers holding the 3-1 lead.
And with not a lot of time left, clock is not on the side of these Thunder Bay Kings, who need to continue bringing everything they have on goaltender Blake Sloan, who has been very strong, but they also haven't been testing him as much as they have earlier on in this hockey game. They need to continue peppering Blake Sloan with chances and peppering him with shots on net if they want any hope and dream of getting back in this hockey game.
Now it is an offensive zone draw for North York as they battle away for it. One back by the Kings, looking to clear the zone. It's a bouncing puck on net, rather, over the stick of Mostafie, but kept alive there. It's a sprawling play. And here come the Kings. It's Brody now. We'll send it on net! And the shot just unable to go through. Rangers now looking to respond. Slowing down that puck was Giordano, but unable to get that through the open seam. Now it is the Kings with it. It is the defenseman Lucas Bailey jumping it up. Turned aside there. Now it's Liam Lookout down low. With the puck there, wanting to play Lookout will show off his body positioning and force it to remain in the end. Intercepted there by the blue liner on North York, and it's still kept alive there. Some good work there now. Cooper LaBelle back over to Lookout. Trying to keep that in. The play is Gary. Back over to Bertolin. Bertolin, long stretch pass there. Nobody in front, but there'll be a slap shot on net. Unable to get that through. A lot of ozone time, but not a lot to show for it. And that will be deemed icing on the play as it's sent back for Thunder Bay.
And Thunder Bay, with not a lot of time left in this game, will get one of their last few shots to get chances on goaltender Blake Sloan. Exactly 2 minutes here to go in the final frame of game in the third period. They'll really need to do a better job of generating chances here. And you have to wonder at some point now, with 6 people on the ice for this Thunder Bay Kings team, when will the chances come for them?
And that's turned aside there by Salone. The Easton Mikas line being heavily relied upon all game, looking for offense here in the final frame. Trying to get that through in front of the net. Turned aside by Mikas. Far range shot, just raining wide. Kept it alive by there by Bailey. Redirected, stopped by Salone.
That looked like one of the best chances of this third period for these Thunder Bay Kings, with Carter Poddubny just tipping a shot right on goaltender Blake Sloan, but Sloan is up to the task, and with just under a minute and 30 here to go in this third period, with the goaltender already pulled for the Thunder Bay Kings, and with the man advantage, they need to continue generating more chances like that and more fortunate bounces in front if they want any hope and dream of getting back in this game.
There's Poddubny down low with some nifty play. Lucas Bailey shot on net, unable to get that through. Trying to hold the line now as he does. And sent back in, trying to find Desormeaux as they poke away over the slots. Easton Mikas now will skate it through, trying to feed that in front of the net. Desormeaux back over to Bailey. Stopped by Salone over the net. And the rebound ensues. Kept alive by the Kings, rather, as they scramble away for it. Winning that one-on-one man foot race there was Desormeaux, but back the other way come the Rangers. It'll be a line change there as Grayson Hayes will send it back in deep. Rangers now looking to recover. 45 seconds to play in this game. Back at the other end of the ice for the empty net, and they score! Second of the night for Rosella, icing the game for the Rangers.
Picking up that puck, the loose puck right outside of the blue line, and Gianfranco Rosella makes no mistake potting that into the empty net, and that will do it for tonight's game. That'll gift wrap it with a bow and ship it off for the end of the night. Up 4-1 with 45 seconds are those North York Rangers. And for the Thunder Bay Kings, just a night of missed opportunities. They've had their chances, but other than a goal 12 seconds in, never able to generate that offense in this game. And that really was the difference maker, being able to capitalize on your chances versus being stumped.
Another icing called into play with 31 seconds to go in this matchup, as we'll see another offensive zone face-off. The Cooper LaBelle line, as they try to hammer whatever they have left, and try to generate it, maybe just some brownie points at this point and get some players going. Down low, fighting away for that puck there is Lucas Bailey jumping into the rush. Kept alive by Gary. So hold the blue line, but now the Rangers come back the other way. It's there. On the boards was Delzato playing the deep. Nice work there to win it by Giordano. I just poked that into the corner. Following, wait for it there, and so blown, nice work there. Stopped by Furlong, and that will do it. The North York Rangers winning 4-1 over the Thunder Bay Kings in convincing fashion, Jared.
For these North York Rangers, they were down on the scoreboard as soon as 12 seconds into the hockey game, but they just stuck with it, and when the chances came, they would not be denied. A really well executed game plan here for these North York Rangers, and on the other end of the ice, these Thunder Bay Kings, they certainly will be pleased with their effort, but at some point, hockey's a game of results, and they just couldn't find a way to beat goaltender Blake Sloan other than that early goal, and as a result, they walk away empty-handed with a 4-1 loss.
Overall, who was the standout performer on this Ranger squad that really caught your eye in this 4-1 victory?
Well, it has to be the double goal scorer here, Gianfranco Rosella, who really got the party started with a big-time goal early in this game when all hope seemed lost after a goal against. And after that, he capped off the game to really shut the door with that empty net goal. And he was just buzzing all over the ice, getting pucks on net, getting chances, and really helping to be a key generator of offense here for his North York Rangers.
Well, that'll do it from Chesswood. For Jared Rotenberg, this is Jordan Jacklin. You watch GTHL Hockey in the 6. Stay tuned for weekly action on the 6 Hockey YouTube channel. Make sure to click like and subscribe for more.